Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Crusader Kings 2, a Game of Thrones mod Let's Play. So, in the previous episode, we went to war, and for our efforts, we claimed High Point. And so High Point is now part of the High Lordship of Carhold, and we gave the province to Janos, who was a lowborn at the time, but he is now a highborn, and he took the title of Pine. So Janos Pine of High Point, who's married to our kinswoman Serena. They do have a daughter, and so High Point's now ours. All that remains of the High Lordship of the Dreadfort is Ethering, Hornwood, Overton is ours, Sheepshead Hills is ours, Widow's Watch will soon be ours, and then Seal Shore is apparently mine. I don't remember that being mine, but it's mine, so I am pleased with that. When did that happen? That must have happened under my nose, because it belonged to, yeah, him, and so I guess it fell to my cousin, who was part of my lordship, and so now it's back under ours. Cool. So we don't even need to go to war about that. That's awesome. Right, so just these two provinces is all the Dreadfort has left. And then we will basically hold all of eastern, or the east of the north. It's kind of hard to figure out how to reference that when like the kingdom or the lordship is literally just named after a cardinal direction. So the eastern north, I guess. That sounds a bit weird. But anyways, we need Widow's Watch and we need these two, and then we're solid except for the islands, which I don't really count. I also was kind of doing a little bit of scheming and just kind of looking around before I started recording, and I've noticed that I can call on 13,000 levies right now. And that is not our maximum. That is just what our current one is. We have the ability to call on another 4,000 when they're recruited. So that puts us at about 17,000 that we can call on. Currently, Lady Paramount Hara of the North can call on 14,500. So currently she's more powerful than we are. However, we have the potential to be stronger than her. And so if we wanted to overthrow her or enforce an elective monarchy, we could potentially do that very soon as those levies are fully recruited. I've also been considering a few things. And as you well know, we had a plan where our daughter, Serena, not to be confused with the other Serena I just showed you, is betrothed to Bannon Bolton. So we'll go to this screen here. So Serena Raventree, my daughter, betrothed matrilineally, which is important, to Bannon Bolton. And so, he, being the heir to the Kingdom of the North, will eventually be the King of the North, and their children, whether they have a son or a daughter, will be King or Queen of the North. And they will, of course, be Raventrees because of the matrilineal betrothal. The issue I was having with this plan is that Serena will not be my heir, and so the child that they have will never be the player character. Therefore, we as the player will never inherit the North. However, I've been kind of just poking around looking at different stuff, and as you might recall from the last episode, Jane Raventree became our heir after Lady Sybil had been it for a long time because she had a son. So her and Sir Emmon Flowers had a son named Benjicott Raventree. So I've been thinking, and through the same way that she became our heir, potentially Serena could become our heir. So what would need to happen is these two would obviously need to come of age, which is going to be a long way off. He's only 3 years old. I don't think they can marry until they're both at least 14. And so I imagine they probably wouldn't have any children for at least another, I don't know, 15 years. So it's a long way off. We're looking at like 84-19. But if they had a son and something were to happen to Benjicott Raventree, whether he was banished or, he takes the black or he was assassinated, Serena would become our heir, and their child would be the heir to all of our holdings, to the player character, and the Kingdom of the North. So that's something to consider, because that would basically combine all of our efforts, and we would basically take the North through inheritance. And that's what I initially set out to do, not recognizing that she would never be our heir. But now that we've sort of found a way to make that happen, I think it is certainly possible. We just need to wait and be patient. They need to have a son, and then we need to figure out what to do with Benjicot. I would prefer not to assassinate him, but there's not a ton of options for things like that usually. So we'll see how it plays out. Obviously, that's far, far down the line. Something's happening up here. Anywho, I'm obviously getting this game started, so don't forget to hit that like button if you're enjoying our playthrough and you want to see more Crusader Kings. And don't forget to subscribe as well. It's the best way to help the channel grow, and the best way to follow along with our playthrough. No, I don't take part in these marital issues. So what's happening here? Weeping Bay has declared Weeping Bay claim on Seal Shore, war on... Okay, so they are at war with them. Interesting. Very interesting. Can I tell him to stop? Command to end war. Due to the level of realm authority and Carhold, this command will not be legally binding. It means that he can ignore it. I'm gonna do it. Let's see what he says. He's got a very high opinion of me. I imagine he will accept. Okay, so his war ended. Good. Who are you imprisoned by? By Lord Cowan. He's my prisoner. Interesting. I didn't realize he was my prisoner. Nobody will pay their ransom. I guess I'll just release them. Definitely release the two women. I don't recall why he was prisoner. He must have been in one of the keeps that we took during that last war. That's the only thing I can think of. So I'm going to release him. And then I will probably give him a small gift, so that he likes me again, in the case that this doesn't do it. So it says plus 50, but there are other things to consider. Okay, it did go up, just not as much as it would like me to think. Alright, so everything seems to be working out pretty well. Let's see, who are you? You're my spy master. You probably don't need to be there anymore. We are currently working on a claim... Where? I thought we were working on a claim. Widow's Watch, of course. So I'm actually going to send the spy master down there. My thinking there is that building a spy network increases plot power against whoever is in Widow's Watch. And technically, I don't know if the game considers it this way, but the logic to me made sense, and so I'm kind of going with it, seeing how it works. Is that trying to secure a claim, where is it? Trying to secure a claim or fabricate a claim on somebody else's holding sort of does work out as a plot against them. If, you know, you as the player character, when that happens against you, it becomes an intrigue event. And so I don't know if the game calculates it that way, but I figure if he's not doing anything else, it doesn't hurt to add that extra 7.5% chance. And I should probably like mouse over and see if it makes a difference, but I'm just gonna roll with it for now. Oh good, we're no longer stressed. I was worried he was gonna die of being stressed, and he's actually a much better character now. He was already a very good character, but now he's even better. Okay, it's getting cold again. Hopefully we can get out of this debt. I really don't like being in debt. We're definitely making some money. It's just, we spent a lot during that last war and grabbing the claim. Let's see, a new Lord Commander on the wall. We have Bertram of Mallow, and who is the last? Who's the last one? History. Florian the Infirm, and before that it was Angron the Righteous, Lonald the Gallant, Lonald Condon. I think he's the last one that I remember. But we haven't had a whole lot of issue with the free folk or the wildlings. So, wait, what happened here? I was just approached by Miles Drinkwater, who tried to convince me to join him in his vile heresy. What are you worshipping? The Faith of the Seven. Let's have a theological debate about it. How do we want to educate Mira Raventree? She is betrothed to Mandon of Windwall. Mandon Donegar of Windwall. That said Windhall, excuse me. Educated at court? I would think so. She's pretty good with diplomacy. She could be a decent commander as well. She's already got 2, but her best skill is diplomacy, so I think we'll run with that. I don't know if I want to spend any money on her, though. Might just leave it to the parents to figure out. Yeah, I'm going to try that one. 'Cause honestly, I don't really have any need of her. And, yeah. So he seemed to like our theological debate, and he doesn't hate my guts, so that's good. He's an important character to us, so I didn't want to burn any bridges there. And there's a bunch of people in our lordship that worship the Seven. You know, obviously, within Westeros, most people are going to be worshiping the Seven. The North is, I would say probably, and it depends like what source you're reading it from, but I would say like 2/3 of the North worships the old gods, and the other third worships the Seven. But I think mostly the people to the southern part of the North worship the Seven, because obviously there's a little bit of overflow from down here, and then everybody up here worships the old gods. But I think it depends person to person, obviously, as well. But I know a lot of different sources always cite like the Manderleys as being a pretty prominent worshiper of the Seven in the North, and so I think a lot of the lords under them will also worship, you know, the Seven. Sybil Raventree, she's a pretty good character. Walder Bolton and Arana. Arana's the second daughter, I believe. Yeah. I really don't want to pay for tutors. Like, I feel bad because all these granddaughters are actually fairly good characters. It's just I don't really need them for anything, and I don't have money to constantly invest in them. So we'll just kind of see what happens. Obviously, we'll give them good people to educate them, but I'm not going to hire an additional private tutor for like 60 gold or something ridiculous. Marlin. I don't remember who Marlin is. I'm just going to tell you not to, just to be sure. But yeah, I don't remember who or if I should even know who Marlin is. Alright. How's this claim coming? So, Lord Roberd is going to get overthrown. We'll have to figure out who we want to give this to once we take it. That's been probably the most difficult decision we've had to make as of late. Greetings, Lord Callan. I have a proposition which I'm sure won't fail to catch your keen attention. Simply put, a new title for you and money for us. We need the money owed from your enemies, and I'm sure you can pay. Isn't it a fair deal? I'm confused. What are you offering me? So I gain 200 gold. If you win your claim against your enemy, Lord Callan the Imperious will take on their debt of 400 gold with 25% interest. Callan gets a weak claim on the Kingdom of the North. We have to declare war on Lady Paramount, and we will be granted mercenaries by the... Oh, so the Iron Bank is propositioning me here. They should have made that more clear. I thought she was the one offering it. So the Iron Bank is offering to pay me to try to take the North from her because she's become a debtor. That's really interesting. Man, this stuff always happens like at the beginning or the middle of the episode. I wish it would happen at the end, because then I could just defer to you guys and let you answer in the comments before the next video. But when it happens like this, I can't just be like, alright, 10-minute video, and, give me an answer. Because that, I assume you guys don't want me to cut the video short just to make this decision. That's really, really tempting, though. The thing is, like, I don't know what kind of mercenaries they're going to offer. Plus, I already have this elaborate plan set up to take the north. Man. What's our number currently at right now? It really hasn't improved much. It improved by a little less than 500. Actually, this one went up as well, though. So 14, basically 15,000 versus... Oh, hers went up as well, though. 18.5. Basically 18.6. So she outnumbers us by about 3,000. I don't know how many troops I can count on from them. If they gave me 200 gold, I could hire a couple of mercenaries, maybe like one. Let's see. The strongest group I can get is this group for 225 gold, and that'll add basically another 2,000, which isn't bad, but this is tough. This is really tough. Oh man, I wish it gave more information. Like, I would like to know how many mercenaries they're gonna grant me, because if I don't need to hire mercenaries, then obviously I won't. Which one of these is better as well? Interesting. So the Company of the Rose is like all infantry. Mostly heavy infantry. They do have some light cavalry. These guys, on the other hand, are mostly light infantry, but they have more light cavalry and archers, which is something that they do not have at all. Kind of strange, actually. Yeah, I wish this party was a little bit more balanced. Like, if they had 1,000 heavy infantry and 290 archers, I'd probably take these guys in a heartbeat. Well, fortune favors the bold, right? So let's go ahead and do it. We've declared war on Lady Paramount Hara of the North. They've given me 4,000 mercenaries from the looks of it. And then we'll, of course, call up all of our armies. And we'll need to consolidate pretty considerably here. Let's see. I need everybody here to go to White Harbor. Otherwise, you're going to get crushed. And then they've already... Oh, they're headed south. Okay, good. I need all of you guys to start marching. Let's meet at, like, Eastmelt. That seems like a good idea. And we're just going to make a giant, like, doom stack here. I'll merge you guys. Actually, you can go join them. You are going to go... I don't know how big that party's going to end up. So what I'm going to do is march you... No, you stay there. I want you to go to High Point. We're going to make 3 armies here. Okay. Actually, you know what? Go there. Everybody go there. That's closer. So everybody's going there. I'd prefer you go the long way, just so you don't get smashed by any big armies walking around. You should probably go there as well. I want you here. You can go there. Alright. Guess we'll start the clock. This is a bit nerve-wracking because I don't know what their total strength is. I assume it's about 20,000, and ours should be roughly that as well. It's gonna probably come down to picking and choosing our fights intelligently, because I imagine the numbers are roughly the same. Let's see. Sybil needs a guardian. Walder Bolton is probably not the best character for the job. So let's see. Who is the best steward that we have? I might have my wife do it. She's a pretty good all-around character. Although Aaron's a better steward. Let's have the wife do it. We can close that. Okay, so hopefully our armies get consolidated pretty quickly here. That's always the worst part, is like getting one of your little armies intercepted, trying to, you know, merge everybody up. And then I think we're going to strike right at Windhelm. Not Windhelm. I keep getting my damn Skyrim and my not Elder Scrolls. See, I did it again. My Elder Scrolls and my Song of Ice and Fire, like, cities mixed up. Oh, we just smashed somebody. Let's see. I don't know if you're ever going to be able to really join the fight, so I'm going to disband this party here so I don't have to pay them. Oh, we won this. Right. I mean, that was already mine. It's just, there's one little thing in there that wasn't mine. I shouldn't have merged that. I just slowed them down. Okay, so we got 3,000 here. Where do we want to put this army? I think it's important that we cut off that group. Oh, they're headed here. Can you head directly there? No, but why don't you head there? We're basically going to try to keep the 1,000 men that are down south here from joining the rest of the armies that are up here. And then, let's see, they're trying to merge up with that group, which is not good. That's going to put them at like 8,000, which is actually not the worst thing that would happen. I mean, at least they would be easier to run down. We have an army roughly that size already. And then a couple of others that are fairly large. Come on, hurry up. Let's see, I'm going to move you to Ethering. Get rid of all this. I don't really need that. Where are they headed? They look like they're headed to High Point. They are headed to High Point, and they'll be there on the 3rd. When will the big army arrive? On the 1st. So you're going to get there before them. If I send you, when will you arrive? On the 10th. I don't know if that's early enough. So what I might do, let's take that big army, let's cancel their movement, and then send them again. They'll get there on the 15th. So I'm going to delay you a little bit. We want them to arrive in unison so that we outnumber these guys. If we don't, then they'll probably win that fight. I mean, maybe. I don't know. It would be close. Closer than I would like. Okay, if I send you now, the 19th. Damn it, we waited too long. That's a very small window. Huh. And this group is heading there as well. You know what? What happens if I merge both of you? When will you get there? The 24th. Okay. Delay you for a day. Let's see. How about now? 22nd. Good enough. Oh, they changed their mind. They thought better of it. That's interesting. Oh, you were supposed to join up with these guys. Why don't you head over there now? Let's see. They're headed to Barrowton. Can we cut them off? We'll get there on the 23rd. Actually, we'll beat them there, yeah. That sounds good to me. So he's going to stop moving now. I'm going to head south. We're going to try to destroy those guys. They will probably flee. Looks like they're abandoning Winterfell. If I have to just sit there and siege it, I suppose I will. It wasn't my initial plan, but it works. Let's see. Lord Janos wants a reward. That is a big reward, man. I guess. He's the one coming up with all the claims and whatnot. Master of Laws, Lord Janos, is doing a superb job. I'm having trouble with a town and castle in the Dreadfort. And I shall, of course, send my Master of Laws to try and increase the relations between them and us. But which should I start with? Townspeople approve or castle denizens approve? I don't care. I honestly care more about the townspeople than the masters and the lords or whatever. Who are we fighting? Oh, down here. Perfect. So we did intercept them. That war or that fight will be over extremely quickly. Let's see. The big party's headed after these guys, so as soon as that fight's over, we gotta move. We gotta displace quickly. Let's get you there. And Where do I want to send these guys? Ironwrath would be worth it. Castle Kerwin, potentially. That's tough. We could also go to Dawn Forest. Let's start heading there. We'll see what happens. You should meet them there, and when you arrive in High Point, you should meet them there as well. We'll strengthen that group a little bit. Okay, so they've been crushed. They're gonna head north. There's not a lot I can do about that. So let's go to Barrowton. We'll start trying to link up with these armies, but obviously avoiding the big one. We can close that. We have a new heir. Oh. That's great. So our heir is now Jojen Raventree, who's a worse character. I wish I could disinherit a lot of these daughters, because it's kind of annoying. So we just jumped up to her being our heir. Unfortunately, she is an average character, and her son is a bad character. Before, we had Jane, who was a good character, and her son, who was... oh, I guess he's not great either. You know what? We're gonna try it. He's gotta go no matter what, because he's in the way of a lot of our plots. Actually, we'll wait, because we might end up taking... I'll leave the name Jojen. We might end up taking the north anyways, because we are at war to claim it right now, so... the inheritance issue is less than it was before the Iron Bank came to us. So we should have more than enough to successfully siege that. Let's see, you know what? I'll keep them moving individually because they'll get there faster. So Shira Raventree was known to be traveling near Carhold, but has since gone missing. The guards protecting her were found butchered in the road with no survivors, no sign of her nearby. We've heard rumors that she's now being held captive by Lord Master Lysano Lohar. That sounds like a Lorathi name. This would seem an outrage. Would it seem that way? So what do I do? Ask to ransom prisoner? Why does he hate her so much, of all people? So what are we looking at here? We got 4 pluses and 6 minuses. I don't think that bribing him would make this any easier. 50 gold to boost it by 30. That would make him neutral. I don't know what I can really do about that right now. We're at war. I'm more concerned with that. We'll close all of these. And how are we doing here? We're making a little bit of progress. You guys need to be moving. They'll get there on the 20th. They're just kind of hanging out in Whitford, and honestly, I'm okay with that. Whitford is very, very low on the totem pole as far as, you know, our provinces are concerned. They're not even going after White Harbor, which is actually one of mine. Like, this just belongs to one of my vassals, which, I mean, I don't really care. You know, that's their issue. So let's head up to Wolfswood, and we'll start besieging that. You guys can merge, and we'll add that 200-man party as well. Mira Raventree. She is pretty good at diplomacy, so we want to educate her with somebody who's a good diplomat. And I think Janos would be the best choice, followed by myself, which we already have two wards, so we can't take her on, or Florian, but I think Janos is probably the better choice there. Okay. Defeat, where? Oh. Whatever, I don't care. Siege it all you want. Like, you're getting basically no war score for that. And once we take these, we're gonna get a huge amount of war score. I'm interested in what they're gonna do. But it seems like they're pretty content to just sit there. Oh, they're headed to White Knife now. I'm wondering if we could go intercept them, but this is going to net me a ton of war score, and I'm reluctant to leave it. What size is their army? I can't... If I send this party down there, I don't have enough excess to guarantee a victory. Like, the armies are too close in size. But if I try to leave these two parties back to siege Winterfell, there's not enough men there to do it. I mean, there is, but only just, and it would take forever. So I'm going to let them, you know, kind of do whatever they want down here until we take Winterfell. And then we'll reconsider. So he's headed to Dawn Forest. If we displace to Winterfell, when will we get there? On the 9th? Oh, they're going to beat you there. Okay, in that case, we'll do this. On the 4th and the 5th. I'm okay with that. Nope. Yeah, I was going to say, they don't seem like they want to fight that battle. I'm going to move to Castle Kerwin where they can't get directly at me. Actually, how well were you doing at that siege there? No, stop. Oh, nice. That was actually very welcome. Apparently they've started over. Alright guys, well I figure since we are over on time, I tried to keep the Crusader Kings videos especially short, but we're like over 30 minutes now, so I think I'm going to break off the episode here, and we'll finish this war in the next episode. It looks like we are going to win though. I mean, we're definitely doing pretty solid. She has a little bit more war score, but that's because she actually took something. We haven't taken anything other than like one castle in a province that we already held, so not really a big deal there. This, however, is going to net us quite a bit of war score, and then once we have Winterfell, we're going to go after her army and try to break it. We have plenty of men to do it. That's basically her entire force right there, that 11,000. We have about the same right here. We are losing some because of the siege, but obviously we've got another like 7,100 men right here that we could add to it. So we could almost double her army if we got all our guys together. So once we've taken Winterfell, that's what we're going to do. But that'll be next time. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Crusader Kings 2 with you, and I look forward to seeing you back here for the next episode.